Remarkable week and a bit in racing, hasn't it? With the race tapes, Hariba being scratched on the morning of the Doncaster Handicap, and unfortunately heavy rain falling throughout the day to turn the track into a heavy one and change, I guess, the feeling of a lot of people towards the horses they would have backed. Doncaster Derby Day, one of the great days in Australian racing always. Max Presnell and Keith Hillier in Sydney, fresh from Derby Day yesterday. How are you, gentlemen?
Well, we're both well, collectively well, and what a Derby Day it was, and what a Doncaster it was, Bruce. I know Max will agree. Group 1 Gavin striking again, and Gay with that now traditional dance to lead back the horse too, Max.
Yes, I don't know who choreographs them, Keith. I wonder Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire, but certainly they add considerable colour to racing, considerable enthusiasm to racing, and while Gavin is bounding around in joy, who can believe that they'd ever pull one up?
Yes, well, yes, I mean, they love winning so much. Everybody does. I mean, Pharaoh's now won 2 Doncasters. He's done a superimpose. He's got to win a couple of Epsoms. Gay Waterhouse, Keith and Max, I mean, you've known her, I guess, all her life as Tommy's daughter. Suddenly, she's become a major player, hasn't she, in the Group 1 stakes? I mean, she's won 5 Group 1 races now in the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, 5 Group 1 wins in 7 weeks. Yesterday was deja vu for Gay because the same horse winning the same race from the same barrier. And beneath Gavin Eads' colours were Tommy Smith's blue and green set from last year, Max.
Yes, he had all the omens right, but the point about Gay too is that not only is she winning the Group 1s, she won 2 other races. Her horses are racing well, they're holding their form. She's doing a great job.
Can you tell us about Hariba? I'm a bit confused, to be honest. I'm reading the Sunday Mail in Adelaide. It says Hariba returns positive swab. Remember, this horse was about 7-2 or 4-1 in early markets. It says that trainer Ken Newman scratched the hot favourite after AJC stewards advised him a prohibited substance which showed up on a routine test after Hariba's George Ryder Stakes win a fortnight ago would probably still be present. Does that mean the horse returned a positive swab when he won the Ryder Stakes?
That is not official. However, the samples for Ryder Stakes Day haven't been released. Now, over the years, the average for the samples to be released are 10 days. It's now 14 days. That's abnormally long. It has been reported, and it is true, that there were abnormalities with Hariba. Wherever there's an abnormality, well, there's the possibility of a positive lurking around.
Yes, Bruce, there's a sort of, within what Max has told you then, there's a suggestion that if there was a positive swab from that race meeting 2 weeks ago, then the stewards would give the trainer and connections an opportunity to have it privately tested. Maybe that's happening, but John Schreck is saying nothing.
OK, let's go to the Doncaster. Talk us through this, Max and Keith. Heavy track. Snap was the 6-1 favourite. She drifted from 4-1, and Pharaoh did look the winner. Max, you told me this morning you felt that he looked the winner a long way from home.
Oh, yes. When it came up mud, Pharaoh, it certainly was advantaged. Horses like Brave Warrior and Snap lost a lot of kudos, but Gavin Eads was able to get this horse travelling beautifully, and he's certainly...
Where is he at the moment, Keith and Max? Where's the horse?
Just off the pace. I can't...
White and purple stars predominantly. The betting ring pre-told the story of the race because Brave Warrior 5s to 8s, and Pharaoh was best back 10s to 7. He's a great mudder, and Gavin Eads told us that he was never going to lose, running about 6th, I think.
Yeah, I can see him on the outside with the white cap in 6th position. He's absolutely perfectly placed.
I didn't think Brave Warrior was ever really comfortable in the ground, and it was a great tribute to his ability that he did so well, but certainly he never really looked like getting into the race.
Jogging along in 4th place there is a New Zealand mare, Snap. She started 6-1 favourite in the Doncaster. She was given the perfect ride by Damien Oliver. That's her 3 off the fence getting out now, but when he eased her out, there wasn't much there, and she didn't run on at all. Here comes Pharaoh.
One, Gav, have a look at this. Have you ever seen a Doncaster won so far out?
He had it won. Auntie Mary makes a late bid, but it was not a threatening bid, as you said, Max. Pharaoh dashing to the lead. An easier win than last year, and this is from a horse who, at one stage, was looking retirement in the face because of leg injuries.
And as you can see, Brave Warrior in 3rd place, foundering in the going, not really comfortable, and certainly on a firmer track, I think Brave Warrior would have done better.
Keith, sorry, Max, is there a chance Hariba would front up in the all-age stakes later in the carnival? Any thought on that?
I don't know. I mean, the irony of yesterday was he couldn't have won anyway.
Because of the heavy track?
Because of the heavy track, yes.
Yeah, he would have been 10 or 12 to 1, wouldn't he,
right.
out the market. Tell us about the Derby. How do we rate Danewin? I know Ivory's Irish won for Bart Cummings. He only got the horse a fortnight ago. The reality with Danewin is that he hasn't won a derby. He's run second in the Victoria and the AJC Derby. We all think he's first class, top class, could be a champion, but history will say that he wasn't good enough to win the Victoria Derby or the AJC Derby, and unless you win both or one of them, you're really not at the highest quality.
That's right. There will be divided opinions too on this derby and on Jackie Shea's performance. That's Danewin third on the fence. Like the Victoria Derby, he was given the perfect ride in the race. Like the Victoria Derby, when he needed to be lifted near the post, Jackie Shea couldn't do it. Having said that, Ivory's Irish had a luckless run in the race. Max, his nose touching the turf at the 1,000 metres and never near the fence.
Certainly, Ivory's Irish was wide all the way, but I wonder in the conditions whether that was a major drawback yesterday. Being off the fence, quite a few winners were able to race a bit wider than they normally would and get home yesterday. So I don't know whether that was a telling factor. However, the fact that he suffered severe interference.
Where is he at the moment, Max? Because you can point it out. We're at about the 1,500.
At this point here, you'll see Bereshnikov making a decisive move, and stewards questioned Damien Oliver over this move, but Damien said he just didn't have any option at all.
So Stony Bay's in front.
Yes, and that's Bereshnikov going up there now, and obviously putting pressure on Stony Bay.
And where's Ivory's Irish? He's about to be interfered with, is he?
Yes.
That's him running about 6th.
And he's
on the outside of Danewin.
And he'll go...
Danewin sneaking up now. Ivory's Irish is a length and a half behind Danewin and wide.
So you saw just a little hiccup there, but look how comfortably Danewin is going at this point.
So I just wonder about Danewin. I mean, we've said twice now that Jackie Shea hasn't been able to lift him to the line. I've said on this program, I just wonder if he's a genuine 1.5 mile horse. There's no doubt he's an outstanding horse at 1.25 miles.
Whoops, there again.
Yeah, Ivory's Irish. What do you think about that, Keith and Max?
Look, I'm inclined to put the same doubt that you're implying onto Danewin, Bruce, because had he been a super horse, then when he got out, as he did here, that's him running second now. He's about to put in a claim, but it's not a claim that's sustained because Blevik scooted up on the fence and looked the winner. Here comes Ivory's Irish. Now, Danewin's still there. Jackie Shea changed his grip on the reins, almost lost the reins.
There we go, there where Jackie changes his grip there. Did that cost him the race?
I think it might have.
Well, he did find plenty. I mean, I was calling football in Melbourne yesterday. I had to catch a plane here. I didn't see the race. That's my first look at it, and I thought he found a bit there in the last 50 metres of the race. But if he was a super horse, he probably wins by 2 lengths with his head on his chest.
Yep. But we don't know how good the others are, though. Don't bag the others. No. I think Ivory's Irish is a pretty good race.
Sure, and hopefully, Max, they'll be the weight for age horses in the spring. Look, we're going to take a break from racing and come back and talk about the broader issues, because after this, a real treat, we're going live to San Diego to talk to John Bertrand, repeating One Australia beat Black Magic this morning.